But I used to hang out with Ray all the time. We had a band in elementary, man. I mean, we had a band. We got written up in paper. Me, Ray, and Ollie Brown. We got written up in papers about our this band in elementary in 8th grade. We were 8 years old and had a band, and we had our own, so created our own songs and stuff. So we go back way back. As a matter of fact, Ray was the one who recommended me for the Stevie gig.
Okay.
Yeah, he said, man, you should try this young cat. He ain't been playing that long, but he picks up quick and he's good.
And Stevie was looking for a bass player from Detroit, wasn't he?
About 9 times out of 10, yeah. He'll pull from home in a minute. He'll pull from home. That's right. And it was some cats, man. I mean, I only had been playing 2 years, and some cats that was I thought was phenomenal. But with the grace of God, I was lucky enough to get the gig because I could hear quicker. I think Steve don't write out charts, as you know.
Right.
So he would play it, and I would pick it up quicker than others because I self-taught. I self-taught myself. So I learned by hearing. But I played trumpet. I knew I can read too.
Okay.
I was self-taught.
You're also a writer. You wrote Free for Denise Williams,
didn't you? Yeah, I was one of the writers with it, yeah. Oh, and this the other thing. Denise, my condolences. She just lost her mother
sorry to hear that. Condolences go out to Denise. Fantastic singer.
Oh, man, incredible, incredible. It was a spontaneous thing, man. That's when she was working with Steve. We was all together. We was one to love, and we had a great time. And I just sat down and started playing the bass, and she started singing a melody. And then she say, I can write the words for it. And then Hank said, why we going to change to here? Make this change right here. And so that's how it came together. It was 4 writers on there.
Wow.
And thank you, Marcus, for doing Free again. I love you, man. That's Marcus Miller.
Yes. Marcus Miller. Talk to me about some of the other bass players that are out there and how
Marcus
those sounds.
and Stanley. Let me see. Let me tell you. I'm really moved very much because everybody's style is different. But Marcus, he calls me Godfather. That's what he calls me, Godfather. Marcus, I went to the show in Detroit, and he pulled everything out of the bag, man. When he popped Teen Town, I was like, nobody could pop that.
Yeah.
It was Teen Town was one of Jocko's. That was another guy, Jocko Pastorius, man.
Yes.
That's a good friend of mine too, man. But anyway, Marcus did that, and I went back and said, Marcus, what you trying to do? Make me go back into the basement and practice some more? He said,
can you show us technique-wise what popping means for those who don't know? What
popping
is
is like this.
Okay, so you're actually using your thumb
and your fingers.
And your finger to pull the string up as you...
and the regular way, the original way to play is like this.
Okay.
And popping's like this.
Okay. Okay. And Marcus Miller, and I've seen him do it. I've watched him do it.
He's one of the most phenomenal poppers I've ever seen in my life.
Amazing.
I mean, and his creativity is great. Marcus got to, he's great. He's good.
Now, what about Stanley? Because I've seen Stanley do some
Stanley
things.
Stanley is the most amazing.
Stanley Clarke is who we're talking about.
Stanley Clarke. I saw him in Detroit too at Shane Park, and I was amazed. I've always been a fan of his, but to see him live with an upright, he does a flamingo thing with the bass, like a flamingo guitar player with bass.
Right.
It's the most incredible thing I've seen in a while.
Okay.
I never was taught on upright,
okay.
So that's still fascinating. I got one. I got an upright now, and I'm practicing. Thanks to my good friend Rickey Minor gave me one.
Okay. We were talking about Rickey Minor giving you a stand-up bass.
Yeah, he gave me he overheard me in a conversation with Paul Jackson at a rehearsal we were doing, and I told him I told Paul I would love to learn how to bow my bass, learn how to play upright and bow it. I can play upright, but I never learned how to bow. And he overheard that, and he came to me after the rehearsal and said, hey, Nate, you got a upright bass? I said, no. He said, you got one now. He gave me his high school bass, man.
How cool was that?
Good friend, very thoughtful.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Ricky.
So let's talk about bass lines now. Of all the bass lines that you've played, let's start with Stevie first. Tell me, do you have a favorite Stevie Wonder bass line that you play?
I like I Wish. And another one that was for Jermaine, I like that Stevie produced was Let's Get Serious. That was really raw.
Yeah.
That's one of the rawest ones I did.
I forgot you played on that, man.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. That bass line is amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen to him.
I've heard you talk about Paul McCartney as a melodic bass player.
Very melodic. One of the most melodic bass players around.
How does that work? Because I know a lot of bass players don't think melodically. You do.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Well, the whole thing is about you try to make your lines sound like almost like a melody. You know, that's what melodic is. I mean, you to incorporate the song that you're doing and make your bass sing and make your bass line say a whole nother thing, make it sing. And, you know, and the way you do it, it's just every individual is different. So, but Paul has been most of his lines has been so melodic. You know,
You have a favorite Paul McCartney bass line?
yeah, that.
Okay.
Simple Love Song, I love that one.
Ah.
And Come Together.
Okay.
That be
Yeah.
so melodic, man.
Yeah.
It's just like, you know, you can sing the bass part and without even sing the song, you know?
Right.
You know?
So, as we go into 2010, what are you working on right now, Nate? Tell me what's on your calendar.
Right now, I'm getting ready to start, hopefully start doing some seminars soon. I like to pass my talent on to different young people, and especially on young musicians and stuff. And I might be setting up a website for me. I don't know.
Okay. Well, I know you've got NateWatts.com
Yeah,
that's up,
yeah.
and people can see you on that.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And are you back out on tour with Stevie?
Yeah, we're going back out next month. This month. Well, next month, October. We're doing some stuff at the casinos in Syracuse, Connecticut, and Atlantic City.
Okay. And you were just on tour with him, right? You came back. You were in Europe.
Yeah, went to Europe. I went to Australia. We've been around the States 3 times, and for the last 2 years we've been rolling. And we have some good reviews.
Okay.
That's for sure.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Well, what we're going to do in the last few minutes we have is maybe ask you to talk with younger musicians about coming into the music business, and what advice would you give?
First of all, be true to yourself. I mean, if you can be committed, you can make it. But remember, always remember, this is the music business. It is a business. So always make sure you know what the business end is. But as far as talent, don't let nobody stop you. I mean, when I first started playing, I was in the basement, and the other guys was going out on the weekend. I said, no, I'm not going. I'm going to stay here. I said, man, oh, man, you ain't going to do nothing with that bass. Come on, go out and party with me. I was dedicated to doing what I was doing, okay? That's what you got to be. You got to be dedicated to doing what you do. If you really love the music, you love the business, you need to just practice and do as much as you can to make yourself better.
This has been a wonderful moment to talk with you, Nate, about music. In our last few minutes together, can you tell me on a personal level what sustains you and keeps you funky after all these years?
Well, the whole thing is about it. I love what I'm doing. Look, I go to places people pay to go to, okay, and I get paid, you know, and there's no other joy, no other better enlightenment to have people screaming while you're playing, you know what I mean? Hollering, you say you're Nate, and they all say, hey! It's the biggest high you're ever going to get, dog. It's really, really, that's what keeps me going, just the fact that people still love me.
Yeah. Well, you've done so much, Nate, for the bass, for music, your contribution to Stevie Wonder's sound, and I don't want anybody to miss out on the work you've done with artists like Denise Williams and the Pointer Sisters.
Pointer Sisters, the Jacksons, Diana Ross, there's so many I can go on.
List a few more. Michael Jackson, of course, we talked about. Paul McCartney.
Yeah,
okay.
It's just so many. I mean, I wish I would have brought the list. You know what happened to me, man? This is the most amazing thing. I was in Minneapolis. I was in Milwaukee, and a guy came up to me at the hotel. He said, "Are you Nathan? You're Nathan Whiteside?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Would you sign my album for me?" I said, "Yeah, album." I said, "Album or albums?" Albums. He had 30 albums that I had played on. Most of them I had forgot.
Wow.
30 different artists. And I got the list at home. I wish I had known that I was coming. I forgot to bring it with me. But it's amazing. So many people, stuff like I played on Latoya's album. I had forgot about that. You know what I mean? Mighty Clouds of Joy. Greg Finnegan's had an album I played on.
Greg, great keyboard player.
Yeah, great keyboard player.
Mighty Clouds of Joy, fantastic gospel group, produced by a friend of mine, Jerry Peters.
Yeah.
You know Jerry?
I just talked to Jerry yesterday.
Yeah, Jerry's a good friend, my musical mentor.
Oh,
as
yeah?
an artist, yeah.
You know, he's doing, he called me because he's doing another project. So I talked to him yesterday. Matter of fact, I got to call him back today.
All right. Well, you make sure you tell him Aaron T said, hey.
Okay,
hey.
I will.
Well, listen, it's been a pleasure, Nate. It's been a blessing.
Thank you, my brother.
Hanging out with you one more time.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you.
This has been a special edition of T's Independent Soul here with the Telefe Cristiana Network. We're happy to be here, and we look forward to doing much more work. See you. God bless you. One love.
Goodbye.
Can you check the hands one more time, please?
Okay. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay, me dices cuándo.
Okay.
1 second. Okay, okay.
Nate, it's been a pleasure
My
spending
pleasure, man.
this time with
Thank
you,
you.
man.
Thank you
We'll
very
talk
much,
to each
brother.
other very soon. God bless you.
Thank
All
you.
right.